But the purpose of this video, it's to cause awareness, because I'm human. I am human. I'm sure so many of you out there watching this right now probably have suffered through this and probably weren't even aware that you were suffering from an eating disorder just because of diet culture, just because of the food industry and the health industry, the fitness industry, all of those in combination. What society expects of you. Well, here's my story. So sit down. This past year, so much happened to me. And of course, everyone's going through their own personal things in their own little worlds. For me, I went through a mental battle during quarantine, as I believe so many others. And for so long, I kept on telling myself that it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter if I feel like I'm suffering on the inside, just because there's someone out there that's there's someone out there that's unemployed. There's someone out there that lost their job and they can't bring food to the table, or they can't afford their house, or they need to be kicked out or something. There's people out there who died or were on their deathbed, literally. But then again, why am I not taking awareness for my thoughts? Why push my feelings down about how I really feel about myself and ignore it? And just ignore it until it's too late. Last night, I felt like I just could not eat. And I felt that way for this past week. And I'm giving you a trigger warning. If you have eating disorders, this is going to get touchy. I was vegetarian for 3.5 years, about. Easing into it, I remember that I just felt kind of happy. I looked at vegetarianism as my secret escape, that I would finally reach my ideal weight. For years, I was in the 140 zone, like 140s, and for years I thought that I had to be 120 pounds in order for me to be happy and in order for me to have a good relationship with food. Back when I was around 11 years old, I began developing a binge eating disorder. The reason why was because I was going through a lot of traumatic experiences, mostly relating to my family and some personal things with my father. I don't have the best relationship back then. Now it's a little bit better, but I do get triggered sometimes, and that is important, because that is what makes me human. If I didn't suffer from all that verbal abuse and whatever, I would not be here today talking to you. So you see, like, I'm very like back and forth, like telling myself like it's okay for me to like be this way because of my past. But then again, it's like, I'm grown. Why do I have to continue to live in this jail inside my head, where I limit myself and I restrict myself and I unconsciously starve? Why do I do this? And I don't even want to do that. It's been happening lately. Like, I would just get these hunger pangs out of nowhere, but this mostly started beginning of quarantine, where I would just get these like hunger pangs middle of the night, 9-10 p.m. around that time. And for me, that's very abnormal, and this started causing a lot of issues with my personal So I really do believe that For me to heal, in order for me to heal, I need to be vulnerable. Because if I'm not vulnerable, I'm not me. I just feel like I'm a shell. I feel like all you will see is, this is Jackie, she's a personal trainer, and she eats so clean, and she eats plant-based, but sometimes has meat in moderation, and she drinks gallons of water, and she works out 3 times a day. Like, I feel like my purpose here, again, is to spread awareness and try and like be different, because I don't want to be an average trainer. I don't want to be a bikini prep model. I don't want to be just sit there, look pretty, and shut up and like, this is that, and like, no. I am a woman. I have thoughts, and I have my own opinions, and I notice a lot, and I've researched a lot, and I feel like the more educated I become, because I'm like a non-stop learner, I love reading, I love learning, but sometimes that shit backfires. Sometimes it's like you know too much, and it's like when you know too much, that's when the restrictiveness begins. So lately, this last week, I dropped 6 pounds in 1 week. And if I'm being honest with you, you might be like, oh my God, that's amazing. For me, not amazing. Not amazing. I'm not, and I'm going to tell you why. It's hard for me to lose weight. I did a challenge at my gym back in January, and in 1 month, it took me 1 month to drop 7 pounds. Just now, I lost 6 pounds in a week. So now do you understand why I feel this way? Like, why I'm making this like a big deal, I guess. Moving forward, I just really hope that I can take you guys on this journey of self-growth and self-love with me, because if I can help myself, I just want to help others in the process, because I know what it feels like to feel so stuck. And I know what it feels like to feel caged up in your body. And I know what it feels like to have body dysmorphia and binge eat and restrictive dieting. I know what it feels like to go out and watch everyone eat and not feel like you want to eat because fear of judgment, or you feel like insecure. And I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of living this way, that I feel like if I eat in front of someone, or like if I eat something bad, like rice or chips or whatever, junk food, I'm tired of that. Like I'm tired of it. And I'm constantly advocating to everyone, because I feel like no one's there to help me. So I'm constantly like advocating to everyone that like, eat everything you want, because I don't ever want anyone to suffer the way I did. Ever. I don't want anyone to ever develop an eating disorder because of restrictive dieting, and because social media or society told them that in order for you to be beautiful, you need to weigh 120 pounds and you need to be 12% body fat. As a girl, fuck society. Because if that shit is not right up in here, how the fuck do you expect to succeed in life? If that shit is not right up in here, how the fuck do you expect to live an amazing, beautiful life where you're comfortable and you feel like you can eat what you want and live and breathe? Like, these are your basic fundamentals. You need air, you need water, and you need nutrients in you. And again, like, I know so much about the human body that it's like I understand everything I'm doing, how toxic that is to my body. Regarding the binge eating, and the other thing that started to develop after the binge eating was I began doing intermittent fasting. That's when it went downhill for me. So because of the binges, I would start fasting. And you can call it fasting, but I notice now and I see now that no, it was starvation. And I was going like for like 2-3 weeks, about like, this is recent, this was about like a month ago. I would do these like little fasts. First I started with like a 12-12 method because that was the most healthiest. Then I like put it up a notch. I did 16-8 method. So I would eat at like 12 p.m. and then I would stop eating around 8 p.m. But then again, that bad habit of the binge eating would continuously continue. And you know, sometimes it's okay to look back at your past. I'm not saying look at your past too often, because you live in your past, you become depressed. And if you focus too much about the future, you get anxious. So it's more about fighting yourself in the present moment. And I just hope we can all reach a mutual understanding that being healthy does not require you to be a certain body fat percentage. Being healthy does not require you to eat a vegan diet or a paleo diet or any type of diet in general. Being healthy means that you feel right and you feel good for you on the inside. And that is different from someone else's. So don't compare yourself. Don't fucking compare yourself, because the grass is not greener on the other side. And if you don't understand that now, I promise you one day you will, and one day it will just hit you right smack in the face and it will suck like a motherfucker. But that is life. It will hit you out of nowhere, and these are those little inner battles we all have to face. We're all human. We're all going to come across a time when we're not happy with our bodies or how we've been feeling lately mentally inside. So I would just like to create a community of support. I would just like to create this little world where we don't have to be so restrictive anymore, where we could be at this place where we're happy with our weight. The number on the scale doesn't even matter, because at the end of the day, it's about feeling right for you and eating food that feels good for you, not because of someone told you like, oh, that's not good for you, so you shouldn't eat it, and now you feel like you have to restrict it. It's about not having that fear of judgment. It's about being comfortable and confident in your own skin. That's the goal. So if we're going to pull ourselves out of this rut, you best believe we're going to fake it till we make it, and we're going to try. Because if we don't try, we take 10 steps back. So it's time to really fake it till you make it, and make it work until one day eventually it will work. Because that's just my mechanism, and it kind of got me this far already, and I think I'm pretty damn successful. Sink or swim. I feel better now, and I hope you feel better too after this conversation with me. Thank you so much for your support. I love you. I appreciate you. Don't ever listen to what anyone has to say concerning what you are doing or what you are eating, what's going inside your body or your mouth. That is you. That is all you.